If a single hair is out of place on a high-end calligraphy brush, it must be removed. This intense attention to detail is part of why these brushes can cost over $1,000. You can find a beginner brush for less than $15, but for handmade brushes custom designed for a master calligrapher, artisans spend months turning raw hair into a perfect brush tip. But what makes these brushes unique? And why are they so expensive? Calligraphy is a respected art form in Japan and has been practiced for centuries. But today, there aren't many skilled brush makers left. Yoshiyuki Hata is a third-generation brush maker and has been making calligraphy brushes since he was a teenager.
この筆がね、1本作るのに20年かかって、私が50から作り始めて、今70でちょうど完成したんです。
His family's workshop in Kawajiri focuses on what they call no-compromise craftsmanship. Each brush tip is handmade by a single artisan. But making these brushes isn't easy.
この線が出したい線、それに合う筆を作ることですね。
For a master calligrapher like Daiso Kaneko, small differences in a brush's hardness or ink retention can drastically affect the lines it can produce.
表現したいと思った時に、この微妙な5ミリの差とか長さの差とか、本当に少しの硬さ、柔らかさや、それから毛のバネの強さとか、いろんなことが筆っていうのは一本一本違うので。
The dozens of steps involved in brush making start with selecting the hair. Different types of hair have a big impact on the price of a brush. Yoshiyuki's specialty is one of the priciest, goat hair. This hair was collected 50 years ago from the chest of Yangtze River Delta white goats. Hair from this specific breed of goat is classified as type 3 hair, based on its size, luster, and elasticity. It's a highly sought-after hair for brush making because it's soft yet durable and retains ink well.
初心者いうか、学童さんが使うのはやっぱり硬い筆、馬、タヌキ。だんだん柔らかいのは今の羊毛筆なんかは腕が19社じゃないと使えないんで。
But today, this type of hair is hard to find in large quantities and can cost thousands of dollars per kilogram. Selecting high-quality hair is done entirely by eye, and it's one of the hardest skills for a new brush maker to learn.
原毛用で言ったら色、艶、耐久性、あと見てこれは10年20年持たないないうな毛はそこで一本一本こう寄る時に抜いていくんですよね。
But this long process is just beginning. Once the hairs are chosen, they're boiled and combed to remove any fluff. This process separates straight, long hairs, which are ideal for brush making. One of the most time-consuming steps is aligning all of these hairs. This delicate work is key to making a uniform brush, but it's largely based on experience and instinct.
とにかく自分の目と手でこうやって揃えた分が完成形なんよね、先揃えの。
Throughout the process, brush makers patiently remove any imperfect or damaged hairs.
そうですね、無駄毛あんだけ取ったらもう毛がなくなるんじゃないか言われるんですが、それもこれだけ出る印を頭に置いて設計をするからあれだけ取らないと描くのに割れたりとかいい線が出ないからね。もう、筆作りを始めたのがやはり工房が遊び場だったんで、ちっちゃい頃からそれはね200パターンぐらいは頭の中にあるんですよね、設計図が。まあやっぱし目と手と勘ですよね。
At this stage, Yoshiyuki's vision for a brush starts to take shape. After trimming, he wets the hair and combines different bundles to create a brush that is dense and durable. Then he dips the hair in funori, an adhesive liquid made from seaweed, to hold the hairs together.
あと書道家の先生だから出丈が1ミリ2ミリ0コマ何ミリ言われるから、それに工程でも手を抜いたらその筆は僕はダメじゃもし思いますね。魂が入っとらんから。
The finished brush tip is almost unrecognizable from the raw hair. But the precise work isn't over yet. Once the hair dries, Yoshiyuki ties up the ends and burns each one with a hot iron, binding the hairs together. Any mistake here could ruin a month of work. Finally, it's time to assemble the brush. Like the brush tip, each handle is custom made.
軸はやはり軸屋さんいて、これは奈良の私たちみたいな親子でやってる職人さんが、太さが皆先生によって手の筆圧大きさが違う。
This time-consuming process, along with the materials used, means these brushes can cost 100 times more than a mass-produced brush. The price varies based on the size and type of brush. A larger brush requires more hair, which naturally increases the price. Hata Bunshindo brushes often cost around $1,300, but some brushes can cost a lot more.
僕が作った筆の中で一番高いものは200万ぐらいのものになります。先代が作ったものですと300万ぐらいのものがあります。
Despite the high price, these brushes are essential tools for calligraphers like Daizo. He followed in the footsteps of his father and grandfather and has been practicing calligraphy for 20 years.
だから自分がイメージしているものに筆を合わせてくる場合と、筆で作品がイメージが膨らんでいくというか、これは優しい表現をしたいときは少し柔らかいそういうことを選びますし、きちっとしたものを描きたいときは少し短めのちょっと硬めの筆を選んだりということで、自分に合う筆っていうのを探していくのは非常に楽しいですし。
Some brush makers mix natural and synthetic hair to make brushes more affordable, but Yoshiyuki remains committed to using only the highest quality materials. Kozo, Yoshiyuki's son, will be the workshop's fourth generation brush maker.
やはり父も職人であんまり言葉を通して伝えるっていうことはしないしできない人間なので、自分が見て学ぶ、それから作っていったものの結果がいいものになれば父はうなる、よし、それ悪ければもうただひたすら違う。
But like many traditional crafts, the future of brush making is unclear. Demand for handmade brushes is in decline. Some brush makers have started selling makeup brushes to bring in new customers. But the main concern for Yoshiyuki and his family is the lack of raw materials.
5代目がこれから出てくるのか、それからその人がやるときにいい原料が果たしてあるのかっていうものが一番懸念してますね。筆業界全体が作る人が減ってきたり、書道業界の人口も減っているので、やはり下火にはなるんですが、それは常にずっとこれから僕が職人人生の中で課題にあると思います。